Imagine you have two friends. The first one is blunt. They tell you when your business idea is weak or when you're being a jerk. The second friend is nice. They agree with everything you say, nod at every bad decision, and shower you with positive vibes only. Most people think the second friend is the virtuous one. But if we look at the psychology of social signaling, the nice friend is often the more selfish of the two. We live in an era where being nice is the ultimate social currency. We've turned agreeableness into a personality trait and conflict avoidance into a moral high ground. But there's a glitch in our social operating system that ancient philosophers saw coming a mile away. It's called the empathy trap. If you've ever said yes to something you hated just because you didn't want to look like the bad guy, listen closely. Because today, we're going to dissect why your kindness might actually be a form of social manipulation. We're going to explore the difference between virtue signaling and actual virtue, why the Stoics prioritize justice over feelings, and how the teachings of Alan Watts reveal that your people-pleasing is just your ego wearing a mask. To understand why nice is often a lie, we have to look at the Stoic concept of justice. For Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, virtue wasn't about making people feel good. It was about doing what was right, regardless of the social cost. Stoic justice is the cold, hard practice of objective truth. If a bridge is structurally unsound, a nice person might stay quiet to avoid upsetting the engineer. A just person screams that the bridge is falling. The nice person protects their own social standing. The virtuous person protects the people on the bridge. This brings us to virtue signaling. In modern psychology, we see this everywhere. It's the act of performing goodness for an audience. When you're nice to avoid a difficult conversation, you aren't being kind to the other person. You're being kind to yourself. You're protecting your own ego from the discomfort of conflict. You're trading someone else's growth for your own temporary peace of mind. Alan Watts used to talk about the joker, the person who realizes that the social self is just a game. He argued that when we try too hard to be good, we become monsters of righteousness. We become so obsessed with the image of being a helper that we lose the ability to actually help. Think about the chronic people pleaser. Let's call him Nice Guy Dave. Dave never says no. He's the first to volunteer, the last to complain. On the surface, Dave is a saint, but look closer. Dave is resentful. He's exhausted. And because he can't be honest about his boundaries, he eventually snaps or disappears when things get tough. Dave's niceness wasn't a gift to the world, it was a shield he used to hide his fear of rejection. This is the biological drive for status. We are hardwired to be agreeable because being liked equaled survival. But in the modern world, this instinct has been hijacked. We've replaced actual character with agreeableness. The irony is that the most virtuous thing you can do is often the thing that makes people dislike you in the short term. Setting a boundary is mean. Telling the truth is harsh. Holding someone accountable is confrontational. But as the Stoics taught, your primary job is to be an instrument of reality, not a pillow for people's delusions. So how do you break the spell? You have to opt out of the likability game. You have to realize that true virtue is often quiet, inconvenient, and unpopular. The next time you're about to be nice, pause. Ask yourself, if there were no social reward for this, if no one ever knew I was being kind, would I still do it? If the answer is no, you're not being kind, you're just shopping for status. Stop trying to be the good guy and start trying to be a real person. True empathy isn't about protecting people from the truth. It's about respecting them enough to tell it. The most impressive signal you can send to the world isn't how many people like you. It's the fact that you can't be bought with a smile or silenced by the fear of a frown. If you're ready to stop being nice and start being real, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.